Alright. Alright. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's having an awesome day today. I am on today, and today we're going to be focusing on our OCST. That's original character design. Or is it OCD? No, OCDS. That's what I'm probably gonna call it, OCDS. That means it's a abbreviation for, or acronym for original character design Saturdays. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull out the character that we've been working on for the last 2 or 3 weeks now, and today we're gonna be focusing on facial expressions. So technically this is a head lesson, but yet it's also not about heads. It's about heads, but it's not about heads. We're not really talking about the angling of a head or anything like that. All we're going to be focusing on, afternoon sensei, hey, afternoon Liv. Today we're going to be focusing on finishing up our character, or not finishing up because we're not going to be anywhere close. We haven't designed the clothes, we haven't designed like first we're just focusing on one character. We're not making several of them because that'll take probably months and we can't do that. But this is more of a lesson for you guys to take as a reference so you can learn how to, or have an idea or a footing on how to design said character. So, or characters, so you can use the same method on all of them if you want. So this is why I make these videos, so you guys can always refer back to them if possible. Let me see. It's here somewhere. I can find it. Oh wait, no, it's not here. It's in the other. I remember now. It's in one of the other folders. Hold on, guys. Sorry, dude. Hello, ELC189. Welcome to the stream. We're just starting. I'm a little bit late, like always, but I'm a little bit late, which is not good. I'm a little bit late, but I will have to stop doing that and always relying that I can just be late. It's good to be punctual as much as possible. Now, let me see. I'm trying to find the character design thing we was working on. It's really important that we get around to that. Let me see. I should have had it all loaded up, but I didn't want to waste any more time taking forever to get on. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think it's in this folder. It's one of the other folders. I don't know why the computer did what it did. Let me see. I know it's here. Today we're going to be focusing on doing facial expressions for the character I was working on. I think I found this right here. Hopefully this is the right one, because we need it to get our shit started. So let me see. Okay, that's one. That's one, but where's two? Now, we're not trying to focus on the idea of proportions like that. It's mainly about the face, if anything. Is it? Okay, that's two. Okay, good. 1, 2, and then I think there was one more, and then we can get shit started. Okay. But I hope everyone's having an awesome day. I hope everyone is enjoying their Saturday. Those of you who may be at work, or some of them who are home from school. Oh no, I didn't. Hold on. Let me get something real quick. I need it. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I just need to get something. Okay. Totally forgot to charge that when I had to. Alright, let's get this party started. Alright, so we're going to be focusing on the idea of facial expressions for the character. And facial expressions is a very good way to have an understanding of what your character's about. Forgot you streamed on Saturdays. Yeah, I stream on Saturdays as well. And that's something that I don't think, well, no, I think that's something that a lot of beginners do focus on. But they focus more on how cool my character looks than understanding their character. And that's where I think a lot of them tend to fall sketches look fresh. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. But like, for today's lesson, we're focusing on facial expressions because if you look at any model sheet, I'll use an example. Right now I can't use the example right now because my phone needs a charge, so it's charging a little bit as my reference. But what I want to show you guys is the idea of understanding your character. If you understand your character, their backstories and stuff like that, like we did a few weeks ago, we focus on the fact that we listed all. Oh, let me zoom this for you guys. Hold on, let me zoom this in for you. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, I know you guys can't read it well because you're on an angle, and it kind of sucks for you guys over there on Instagram, so I'm going to try to fix it so you guys can see it more properly. So I know at an angle could be kind of weird on your neck. It does this weird thing to your neck. Okay. Pull this back a little bit. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Now, as you can see, we went through things about this character, where she's from, her name. Well, not even her name. I'm holding that off. But we put in her goals, her fears, her traumas, her interests, her age, her gender, her race, personality traits, her height, her weight, economic class, her orientation, beauty marks, meaning like, you know, moles and stuff like that. We focused on abilities, weaknesses, ability-wise, not just because of fears and traumas. We focus on the drawing is out of view. Yeah, I can see it like right there. Okay. I think that's a little bit better. I'm gonna pull this. Now I can pull this back a little bit for you guys. There you go. So, as you can see, we worked on body type, zodiac sign. I don't think that's all that important, but it is what it is. We put personality traits and stuff like that. So these are a good way to understand your character as much as possible. If you can jot down all the stuff about them. Let me put that. If you can jot all you can know about them, you can have a clear understanding, and you don't have to be like, does my character look cool? If you understand your said character, then you won't have to worry how cool they look. Most cases. But if you're focusing on just the visuals only, then all of this is pretty much useless if you don't have an understanding of them. Okay? Because like you wouldn't put very bright colors on someone who's extremely shy, right? Because someone who's extremely shy, you wouldn't want them to get attention. They most likely they'll be under the moniker of being a introvert in most cases because they're shy. Not saying all of them are, but that's most likely to happen, right? So if you have someone who's like an introvert, they'll wear more more conservative colors. They'll wear more conservative clothing. Like say a girl who's let's just say for instance a girl who's very insecure about her body, whether she's whether she's fit or whether she's tends to be more of the heavier side, they'll more likely wear more heavier jackets like a hoodie or whatever the case may be, so they don't feel like they're being watched and or seen. That's normal. That's nothing wrong with that at all. That happens to everyone in some form. I'm not saying it just happens to girls only. It happens to guys too sometimes, depending on the situation and stuff like that. So like these are things you need to take in stride and things you need to understand and learn your character as much as possible. You must take these things in consideration. Okay, but it would make sense in that situation, but you wouldn't. Most cases, a lot of people try to do things that is literally out of the norm just to prove that they can, which nothing's wrong with that. But then again, it could be problematic because it could make you scratch your head, because you wouldn't have someone who's like very angry, like an angry person like Bakugo wants to go and volunteer for a children's they say like No, someone who's angry like Bakugo, he wouldn't go on a children's kids show to be in a silly costume running around like Barney, right? He wouldn't do that because that's something that he wouldn't choose on his own. He might be forced to do it in some circumstance, but that's a lot different than him choosing just to go do that just for the sake of I can do that because I can make the character do that. That doesn't make much sense. You know what I'm saying? That might work more for someone like Midoriya in that sense, because Midoriya is more kind-hearted, he's much more patient, he's much more open-minded in those type of situations, even though it might be a little bit funny and I wouldn't say degrading, but yet it's not something that most teens would want to go do. Okay, so you have to take those type of personality traits in consideration, because you won't make an introvert go and do extrovert stuff. Not saying they don't want to, it's just that it feels emotionally draining. Okay, so that's something they wouldn't go and do, because like for an introvert, just going out in general with friends for just like basic human interaction could be more enough for them than most cases. And that happens, and not all the time, but it does happen. Okay, so those of you who are my introverts out there, you can send a heart out there if you agree with this in that sense. So with that said, now we're going to be focusing on our character. Now, just the thing about facial expressions, this is more of a head lesson than anything. Okay, so when we're drawing because we're drawing only from the head to the neck and shoulders only, based on the example I wanted to show you guys, it's something close to, let's just say like this, for instance, just like headshots mainly, but we don't need to have the full body being seen. We don't need that, because the hands can give a sense of expression, yes, but we're only putting expression upon our character, because when you're doing like a model design, you want them to have all angles of the face, and using the face as much as possible, from silly to scared to upset to angry. These are things you must learn how to do. So I would always suggest to students of mine, if you consider yourself a student of mine or you just want to learn, no matter, but you should use these as a form of reference to learn how to draw your character. Look at people from the past who did this, because you can really learn a lot from them in most cases, especially because in anime, even though anime is pretty similar in most cases in art styles and stuff, they tend to still look significantly different from each other based on art styles. Okay, so if you have a particular art style, you can, like, for instance, let me use an example. If we put something against like Black Clover versus like Naruto and the facial expressions, you can see a massive difference, even though they're pretty much, I won't say the same, but same in their own right, respectfully, when it comes to making facial expressions based on the art style, that is. Because remember, Black Clover has a anime gothic type look. If you can look very closely at most characters, they have a they have a gothic, like, not gonna say depressing, but mostly a gothic, like, Valtorian type look. Unlike Naruto, even though I can't say ninja, but like, well, it's about ninjas, but like, it has more of a, how can I say, more of a, what's the right word? More of a standard look for anime in most cases. Because, like, you can see the difference, like, between Fairy Tail, Naruto, and Black Clover, in that sense. I can think most people might make the assumption that Fairy Tail has more of a more similar art style to that of One Piece in some form. In some form, not all forms, but some form. In that case. Alright, so let's get down to business. I'm going to use this as our form of reference. So I'm gonna grab something really expressive, something really fun to look at in most cases. I think I saved some before, but I want to look for something that's pretty expressive, pretty fun, because it's really good if we find something worthy of our time. Because remember, I'm not focusing on the focus here is not about head shapes or head proportions or anything like that. The point is trying to make as expressive faces as possible. So let me use something that most people recognize. Probably I might use like probably Sword Art Online or something, because, or something like that maybe. Yeah, maybe like this for instance. But I want them to be expressive. I don't want them to be just head shots. You want them to show as much expression as possible when doing this. I think I have some save. I'm gonna go to the save stuff. And then we'll really just start everything from that point. Oops. Hold on. I should have had some stuff prepared when I was doing this, but it is what it is. It is what it is, people. It's okay though. It's okay though. Okay, so oh, I think it's right here. Okay. I think we'll go with I'll do a mix of them. So I'll go with this, and I'll do the one next to it. And then that makes more sense. Okay. Back, and then we'll start. Yeah, we'll go with something like this. Or, I would say this, yeah, I guess we'll go Sword Art Online. I think that's fine. It's not a big deal. We'll just go. We'll run with it for now. Based on the drawing anyway, it looks similar to it anyway. And then we'll start. I think I've done pretty good job with expressions when you say. I think you did. I can say you did. In the way you did yours, yes, I think you did. It's pretty. It's really expressive. Oh wait, I forgot. Hold on, guys. Let me get my restream. There we go. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I got everything. Rob. Let me see what does Rob say. Robin. What up, Robin? Welcome to the stream. I do appreciate you being here. Sorry I didn't see your message. I didn't put up the charge, the whatchamacallit. There we go. Okay. Hello, son and boy. Son or boy. I'm gonna say son. Can you teach me how to shade and draw? Yes, I can do that, but right now we're focusing doing facial expressions right now, and then I'll get around doing that. I could probably use that shading technique, and I probably could do the shading technique and do this at the same time, so pay attention and I'll show you at the same time. Hold on. Import image. Okay. I want to run with 1 and then we go with. Okay. Where is it? I just had it. There's 1 and then where is the, oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this on the side as a form of reference so we have an idea what we're doing. Okay. Put this on the side. So you can always like refer back to it as much as we can. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab these 2. Okay. Copy. Come back over here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to make a copy of this again. We're going to make a copy of this again. So what we're going to do is, how do I do this? Oh yeah, okay, copy. 1, 2. Okay. Copy. And then we're going to paste. Okay. Once we paste this, we're going to start our drawings. So we can get to this. I know you guys are waiting on that part. Okay. Get rid of. Okay, this part, this whole of this can go. Okay. Where's the one that we want? Okay, that's the one we want because we're focusing on the young version of her. We're not focusing on the older version of her. We can always use it as a form of reference. Okay. There, about there. Okay. How do you draw poses? Not stiff. Make them not stiff. Well, to make them not stiff, you need to master your gestures. Gesture drawing is the ultimate thing in how you keep your drawings not stiff. It is something I preach all the time. You must know your shapes, your forms, and then when you understand your forms and your shapes, then from that point on, you should do your gesture drawings first, like figure drawings, all that stuff, because it gives you a sense of, let's see here, it gives you a sense of fluidity. And to get that fluidity, you need to learn how to be loose with your wrists. So, let me see. I'm going to put this on more of the side over here. Since we're not focusing on, so I'm going to zoom in. I'll use this as a form of reference right now. No, I'm gonna use this because it's more expressive. So I'm gonna put this on the side. I'm gonna use the form of reference. Okay, so I'm gonna draw our head. I'm gonna use right now gesture drawing as we speak. I'm gonna use this right now. Look closely on how I'm gonna do this to make this very loose. Okay. Now, to do this, first you need to have a good understanding of your head. I would do a few warm-ups before you start. Make sure to use a very thin brush. Try to draw very lightly. Don't try to draw hard and try and make this like this is the perfect drawing, or do not try to do this as if this is like the final, like you're doing this line art instantly. Only professionals can pretty much do that in most cases, especially mangaka or manga type artists who does this for a living on a very everyday basis. They can get straight to the line art without even doing the sketch at all, because they're so ingrained into the whole everything of it that it comes like fourth nature to them, if anything. Okay. Hey Spencer, Spectre. I keep saying Spencer. Don't know why. Okay, so I'm gonna make a head. And you remember how we make heads, right? I'm doing it lightly, right? I'm not trying to put any commitment in the drawing too much, okay? I make the luminous methods. Most of you know what that is. I've taught you guys before. If you don't, then I would suggest look up some videos on it right now. I can't do it right now and explain it right now, but I'm doing the luminous method right now as we speak. And this is a good way to understand how to draw your characters, in most cases, or so, you know. So you should learn how to use this method as much as possible when possible, okay? Always know that the third quarter of the gear that's inside the head to show the tilting of the head is always the ear placement. Always know that, and stuff like that. So what we're doing is building on this head. And remember what I said many times, that we're not focusing on literally head proportions or anything like that. We're focusing on the idea of the expression, okay? And if you know how to build your character, it's based on the head shape and how to construct the head, you can get away with a lot, okay? So we're drawing the head. Oops, let me make sure I say hi to those. And we're going to do the face. No, I'm going to do the facial expressions here. We're going to start from here, okay? We're going to do the purple hair girl on the side. And why we're doing this, I'm not doing the same hair or anything like that. I'm not doing anything close to that. What I'm doing is using this as a form of reference, so I have an idea of what I'm trying to draw, okay? I'm going to put this over here so you guys can see a little better. I feel like it's too zoomed in for you guys on Instagram. Maybe I gotta back this up even more. Okay. Actually, you can take this out. This is not needed. Shit, it's being pulled back so much. Okay, there we go. I think I made the head a little bit too fat, so I'm gonna try this again. Okay, like this. And the face we're gonna go with is... I think we'll go with this one. This one right here, this angry face one right here. Then we're gonna go with that one, okay? And the ear's here, so if the ear's here, then we should try to project it as pretty much here. Because remember, I say always make a circle inside the circle when doing the luminous method, okay? Right, and then what's gonna happen, go like this, and then that. Make this, curve this down like this. I'm gonna try my best to. It's Spectre. I'm still watching. Oh, Kirsten, you're Spectre. Okay, just to make sure. Okay, good. All right. Kirsten, let me know if you can hear me on YouTube over there, because I know that lately it's been having some audio issues lately, and it's not really fun that you guys can't hear me most cases. It makes things a lot more difficult. And remember to make sure that you are in the right ratio for your eyes and head. Make sure that when you're doing this, this gear, the gear on the side of the head is always kind of, I refer to it as a gear, because think of like Dr. Stein from like, those of you who have seen, what do you call it, Soul Eater? You know, the giant gear that's inside, on the side of Dr. Stein's head. That right there lets you know. So, okay, so we're gonna make the eyes like this. Remember, I'm not focusing on being perfect with this drawing. The point is trying to get the facial expressions. I can hear you. Good, good, good. Thank you for letting me know. And then put the nose like this. And then make the mouth. pretty not too close because we want, because the mouth is a little bit like this, but and then like the, oh, that's too big of teeth. Okay. And then we make the teeth like this. Make the tongue like that. Okay. Hi, Jamia. Welcome to the stream. Right now we're doing a lesson, and then I'm gonna bring down, make sure that the facial expressions are not only just coming through, but also make sure that your female is looking like a female, because that's what she's supposed to be. Okay. And remember, I'm only doing the sketch the way I'm doing it because we're not committing too much. We're just trying to get the idea out first. The overall oh, asserting the question. Huh? Asserting the question. Wait, what? I'm not sure what that says. Let me see. See, like that, and then we'll make the face like this, because most of the facial expressions happens around the eyes, the eyebrows, and the mouth. Most cases, the head tilting is just the anchor for everything else, just to give you, convey a sense of movement. That's pretty much what that is. But other than that, that's weird. Why? Oh, okay, those are horns. That's some form. So we'll make the head like this, and we'll make sure to do that. Okay. We don't want to put too much dirtiness when we're doing our sketch. We want to be as clean as possible. Like, think about it of somewhat doing line art, but not really. Okay. Okay, so like this. Now, the neck is way too into that. That and like this. Actually, before I even do that neck, I want to make sure that this is here, okay? And then we'll make it like that, and like this. Because remember what this, the line that goes around the face, it's not just a line to give you a sense of direction and or depth. What this does, it allows you to put it around the circle, the gear I mentioned, because what the gear does, it gives you a sense of ratio where the eyes will be, most cases, especially between, because the eyes are usually in between the ears and the eyebrow, like the ear, in between the ear most cases, or just the same size as the ear, depending on the angle, most cases. Well, based on what I've learned. So I'm going to turn this head a little bit like this, because you want to make sure everything's kind of equal in that sense, even though I said not to focus too much on the I love your drugs. Thank you, I appreciate it. Even though you don't have to focus too much on the proportions at the very beginning, I'm just trying to keep things a little more clean so you guys can have a sense of direction. Alright, so I'm going to open like this, and I'm going to turn like that. Pretty similar, pretty close, but the point is trying to get as close as possible, but you don't have to be perfect, okay? So, we got that out of the way. Okay. Make sure that the mouth is not too odd, because over here we just want to fix that mouth, and then we would okay, I think that's fine. So we have our character pretty mad here, or annoyed, or whatever case may be. pretty expressive. I think that's okay. Alright. Keep fixing the back of this. Always bothering me. Right here. Okay. And because she's a female, we must make sure that she has soft features. The chin has to be pretty soft and rounded. It should not be as hard because to tell the difference between the two, the chin is pretty soft around girls, and there's always this kind of like curved dip with the face. Okay, so like it's like this. Okay, so we got one facial expression pretty much done, and to give you more sense of a direction, the shoulders are coming in, coming out like this. So we need to make sure that we have to make the head this. Now you can place the shoulders any way you want. Wow, the first. Oh, thank you, Jose. I mean, Jose. Sari. I can't say the name. Sariago. No, Joe. Acerigo. I think I said that right. Tell me if I said it right. If I said it wrong, you can correct me. Okay. So you can correct me. I want to make sure I say your name right. But thank you. I appreciate it. I don't want to say your name wrong and just be saying it the entire time wrong. Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna make the shoulders kind of like this, depending on what we're seeing in the reference. There is a space between here, so you want to try and make the space as much as possible. So it's like this, but you don't want to make it look ridiculous to the point that it doesn't make sense anatomically. Okay. Okay, and I want to bring down, because the head is right here, I want to bring down the head a little bit. Okay, now it looks more expressive in that way. Gives you a sense of direction. And I'm going to put the hands here as a form of reference. I'm not going to draw the hands because that's going to drive me nutty, so I'm going to put the hands here. Okay. Pretty similar, pretty close. Could be a little better than this, but it is what it is. Now, to answer your question, Wolf, remember how I did this. I didn't worry too much about proportions, even though this could be fixed a little bit more and be a little bit more tighter. The point is trying to be as loose. So when you're being as loose with it, you have to make sure that when you're being loose with it, you have to, 1, draw out your whole arm. 2, because that's gonna feel awkward for those of you who have never tried that before. And that's natural, but when you do it after a good while, you have a sense, your movements are going to be a lot more fluid, and I can't hear it. I think your audio's down. What? Hey, hold on. Can you guys hear me? Don't tell me my sound went out again. I can't hear it. Oh my gosh. Wait. Hold on. Yep. Wait, yep. Wait, yep. Wait, you can hear me, Liv? I can hear you. Okay. Maybe it's the name he meant. Okay. Maybe it's the name. Can you break down your name so I say it right? I don't want to say it wrong. I feel like I said it wrong. Because, like, if you guys can hear me, that's good. I was kind of worried about that part. Okay, now, next we're gonna make sure, if you guys can hear me, which Liv can, that means if Liv can, I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me. Maybe is the way I said the word. I think he's referring to the name. Okay, so we did the most expressive face so far, I think, in my opinion. Next, we're gonna do more of a happier face like this one. But let's keep it less cartoony and be more like if this was a situation where the character would be a little bit more like, you know, meh. So like, given the focus, we're going to go with probably this one right here, this one right here. Okay, so we're going to make the head, and then we're going to make this. Okay, and since the eyes are here and the ears are here, that means they're looking down, because you can tell when a character is looking down based on where the ear is placed. I left and came back. I think it was a bug because the sound came back. Okay, good. Oh, whew. You saved my hiney there. I really thought there was something wrong with the voice, the audio. Wolf, do you still have any questions? I'll still answer your question if you're still kind of confused by anything. Don't feel afraid to ask me anything, because I will answer the question. But I'm glad you heard me now, sir. Can I say what is how can I say your name in a more nickname type? Can I call you Joe? Is that okay? Is that okay? Can I say Joe, or would you prefer something else? This, and then you make the neck like this and like this. Okay. And let me see. Because remember, like I said, the ears that are placed can let you know. The ears that are placed will let you know the positioning of where the eyes will be looking, or the head is, in most cases. Because like her ears are down here, right? So since our character is actually human, her ears will be here. Let's just say our ears was here. Okay. And then the eyes, let's just say like this. It's like this. Right. Okay. The nose is dead in the center like this. Alright. This. And the eyes will be here somewhere, because we have to keep it as pretty close as possible. I want to change his mouth because it doesn't look right. Now I'm gonna grab this. Okay. Oh. It says, I'm just having trouble with the body limbs. Go and how it attaches his body. Okay, so with the limbs, make sure I have my phone is all charged. There we go. Like the legs, is it more like the legs or just the arms? Let me know. Okay, like this. Now, let me see. Remember when drawing your characters, I gotta erase this. When drawing your characters, you have to make sure on something. Make sure that when you're drawing, based on females and males, I think I mentioned this last session. You must make sure that when it comes to females' necks are a lot more slender in most cases. even if they're muscular, they're slender compared to men. So always keep that in mind. Let's see. It's slender like this. Alright. And then I don't want to put too much thickness on that, but I'll just leave it alone for now. And then what's going to happen is that we're going to, I would put the hair in. So, like that and like that. The hair, the head line will be here. Somewhere around here. Now, given that our character actually, her eyes, we have to keep in consideration of her eyes. So I'm going to go back to our eyes. Because our eyes does not look like this. We have to make sure that that's consistent. At least the eyes. So what her eyes would look like, given that her eyes are like this and like that, right? It's like this and like that. So it's curved and things. So we're going to, first, it's not this like, it's not like this. It's should be like smaller. Okay, and then we have her looking down. This. Okay. We want to keep those eyes pretty consistent. And our eyes are pretty big, so we're going to make sure that her eyes are like this. Okay. Her eyebrows, I think, are pretty, yeah, they're pretty basic, pretty standard. Standard anime eyes. This is why I say always make a reference of, always take the reference with you in the way you have it, because you can always refer back to it and make sure everything's pretty consistent in the way it should be. Now, the problem with this is that the eyes are way too far up, and that makes the face look longer than it's supposed to. Okay. So we already erased this. Okay. Scroll. I replied to my answer. Okay, let me see. And each pause. And each pause? I mean pose? Hello, Jace. Hello. Hi. Oh, oi. Scroll up, scroll up. I replied with my answer. Pause? You mean the pose? You mean? You mean pose? One before that. Let me see. I'm having trouble with the body limbs. Oops. Okay. I'm trouble with the body limbs and I have to touch the body. Alright, so like mainly like arms, legs, most cases. Blah. Okay. Hey Joe. What's going on, bro? But like tell me, like what like, even though you donated over there, tell me, like, what is it that you're into? Like, tell me, like, what are you having trouble with your? I'm not talking to you, Wolf, but someone else on Instagram. Are you having trouble with anything with when creating your characters by any chance, Joe? Okay, like this. And her mouth is kind of like, I don't like her nose being like this. I think it'll be like this. Okay, and the mouth, I'm going to use as a form of reference. Okay. Now her eyes, I think the problem with this is that her eyes are a little bit different from what I designed it to look like. So I'm gonna try to keep it as consistent as much as possible. No one for that. Okay, it's just mainly like arms and legs. So the attaching of the body, like, is it the attachments or is it like the placements? Like how you're placing the legs and the arms, or is it literally just attaching to the body? That part should be pretty easy. But if you're still having trouble with it, I'll try to explain as best as I can. Okay, so let me see if her hair... Actually, I'm not gonna put the hair in. I'll make that last. I'll make that last. I won't put the hair in just yet. I think it makes sense if I just keep that out, because I'm making this more like a dummy than anything. Okay. The chin have to be like... that. I think I'll bring this down a little bit more. I think, in my opinion, I think I'll bring this down a little bit more. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. There we go. How are we today? I'm okay. I'm okay. For that, both like in a squat position. Okay. Send me a, if you have a reference, I'll try to explain it. Do you have a reference I can use? Maybe I can give you a better, because if I feel like if I explain it, it's gonna probably be harder to grasp. With you doing it seems so easy how I want to reach this level. You can. Trust me, you can. This is why these because like donations like that always keeps streams like this free. Like I always try to tell my students, if you want these lessons to be free and you want to access them, the only way is for people like to donate and stuff. So thank you for that. So yeah, don't, like, it's not hard to actually get around this. What it is that if you understand how something functions, therefore you can do it. So I would always suggest to anyone who wants to get into this, just practice, or you can always check on YouTube or anything like this. Because remember, just to be clear to you, Joe, I'm not a person who's coming from like an art school background. I'm just a dude who happens to take whatever he's learned and just smack it together based on others' experience, not others' experience, but others' lessons from YouTube and other sources and stuff like that. So that's like pretty much what that is, if anything. You see, our eyes are kind of like that. So let's see if I were to right now, if I were to erase this part and then like that. Okay. I think the eyes will be, that's way too big for the eyes, but I'm gonna run with it for now. Okay. We're making the eyes like this. Remember what I said, everything that, when it comes to facial expressions, are three things. The head placement, and the eyes and the eyebrows. Everything else kind of falls through. Because even if I didn't have a mouth, if I make her even angry, I can just use the eyebrows and the eyes to convey that type of emotion. I can literally draw like any, like you can draw any like eye right now, like this. And pretty much like tell by just looking at this. that this looks like a very serious and angry face, right? Or I can take like a literal eye and again, and then make this like this. And make it look like it's shocked, because remember, the placement of the eyes is where and eyebrows is where everything kind of tells you and gives you the information. So like for instance, I make the eyes don't touch it doesn't touch the eyelid or the bottom of the eyes. So this would give you a sense of fright or shock. Okay, like it gives you a sense of shock. Okay, like oh my god, this character, that like this person or this character has seen something that they should have saw, or they saw something that was kind of shocking. Like you're not really sure what's going on, but you know, it's that type of situation. So I don't even have to draw the whole nose and face. I just need to draw the eye itself, and it gives you a sense of information where you're going with it. Most cases. What device are you using to make digital drawings? I'm using the XP Pen 21.5 inch display monitor. Amazing. I've always wondered how it is comfortable to draw like this. It's funny when you say it, because when I would used to think that way too. I used to think how does it feel to like draw anything or draw something so fluently, and it's weird because you don't feel like you're doing it fluently. You just kind of you're just not worrying about messing it up in most cases. Okay, let me see. I can send is that yes, you can send it to Instagram. I'll look at it and I'll give you my critique on that. It's never comfortable. You just get used to. Yeah, you get used to it. You never truly get comfortable with it. We always think that way. I used to think that way too. I used to always think that way. Like, how do they get so comfortable drawing X, Y, and Z when it looks so like difficult? It's not that comfortable. They're just so used to it that they're not comfortable. They're just conditioned. And when you're conditioned, you're not really comfortable. You're just kind of. It just comes intuitively. It's like asking someone, how do you like someone who knows how to speak English and someone who knows how to speak Japanese. Someone who speaks Japanese, like someone who's speaking English will look at someone who's speaking Japanese and say, how do you like remember all the characters and stuff like that the way you guys do, the way you guys talk, the way you guys make words and stuff like that, or like how you write words and kanjis and hiraganas and all that stuff. And to them, it's not being comfortable. It's just they're so conditioned to know how to talk like that and or write like that that it comes intuitively. So much so that saying comfortable just seems not comfortable. It's a weird explanation. It's hard. It's like telling someone, how do you get comfortable riding a bike if you never rode a bike? And they don't really get comfortable. They just kind of intuitively know after practice and falling down, and after a while the muscles and the muscle memory will develop eventually, and those neurons you're building new, because when you're learning something new, you're building new neurons, and those neurons are making pathways for you to understand how to operate something in a complex way. Like, it's like asking someone, how do you rap so well? You know what I'm saying? It's like asking, like, how does Eminem, I'll use him as an example, how does Eminem rap the way he does? And it's over years of practice and just honing said craft. Because if you hone said craft, it's going to be so natural to you that, like, you can literally throw things in front of Eminem and he'll make a slant rhyme amongst most of them. Things that, because one thing that Eminem does, he tends to rap with things that you wouldn't think would make sense, because remember, he makes sense and then it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. It's like a unknown, it's like a known unknown. Like, it's two things that you do know and you don't think they'll make sense in correlation to each other, but he can make them correlate depending on what he's trying to convey to you on the story of rapping. he'll make several entendres, whether it be three entendres. It would be like a double entendre or several of them, or a triple threat within itself, and it'll be not just a rap, but it'll be a rap within a rap, and also a meaning behind a meaning. So it's always subliminal in most cases, and it comes so natural to the point that that's just how he raps. You know what I'm saying? It falls under the moniker that I can't really explain it. It's just that's how I rap. You know what I'm saying? It's just so naturally intuitive. It's hard to even grasp to explain it, because learning and being part of being in something that you really enjoy is more of an obsession in itself. So when people ask you how do you X, Y, and Z, just explain it feels not enough. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I love the way you explain. It makes my monkey brain understand better. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that response, but as long as positive, I'm okay with it. My monkey brain. It's second nature. Yeah, it's so second nature, because it's not even second nature from before. It's like when you do it for years and years and years, it's not even second nature. It's like a fourth nature. It's like an ultra instinct in itself. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. You guys say so much while I'm not looking at TikTok. I've always wondered. Okay, it's not the thing. If you're talking about art-wise, it just takes years of practice. Yes, it takes either years of practice. Some people may take months. It just depends on how your brain is wired. Most cases, like there's some people who will get into art and understand it faster than others. It's just how your brain is wired, and that's nothing wrong with you if you don't get it. Because a lot of people try to put themselves in under the moniker of being a genius, and that's something I think is genetic in some forms. I think it's 75% genetic and 30% effort. Like let's use example like Shikamaru from Naruto. He's a natural born genius, but because he doesn't put much effort, I'm talking about young Shikamaru, not the older one now. If you're talking about, I think genius comes genetically at a 70% chance, and then hard work and effort is a 30. Okay, for those who are naturally gifted, I think it's just a genetic thing. Their brain is just wired differently to interpret certain things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you and me both, Joe. Joe. You guys are funny, but like, you know, it is what it is. I send it through. Okay, I'll look at it in 2 seconds. How are you today? You better be feeling better, or I'll be. Take it. Don't take my kneecaps. My life is very hard as it is with them on. I sent it. Okay, I'll look at it. Oh, I see. The ears just took a bit too low. Yes, the lower the ears are, the more that the head will look like it's looking down. If the ears are in the same row of the look, it's like this. If I were to erase the ears like right now, which I want to anyway because they didn't look so great, and put it like this. Let's just put it that way. The ear's not supposed to look like this, but if it looked like this, the thing is, it looks more straight. We're looking at the character more straight in this sense because the ears are here. But since the ears are placed at the bottom, a little lower from where it is, because let me use an example. Like here, the ears are lower than the eyebrow. The eyes are here. Okay, so if you look closely at this, the lower the eyes are here and the ears are here. Right? So it looks like they're looking from a bottom down perspective. Okay? Let me use another example. This one here. The ears are in line with the eyes. So we're looking at her straight. Okay? Now, this one here. The eyes and ears are in line, but because there's only one ear we're seeing, we know we're seeing from this side. And because we're seeing the top of the head mainly, we're looking from the top the top perspective of the body. So because we see all of this whole hair here, because if comparing to this and we're seeing this, we're not seeing the back of the head. We're not seeing the back of here. We're not seeing here. We're not seeing here to here. We'll only see this, but that's just behind, right? But we're not seeing the back of the head in this form here. And because we can't see it here, we're not looking from a top perspective, okay? I'm playing. Okay, gotcha. Alright, so... And yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Too bad. Don't take them! I'm gonna say I'm fine, just the fact you don't take them. Is she looking down or up? Okay, so based on the drawing here, she's looking down. She's looking down. Okay, because the ears are lower altitude. Okay, so that's where the sense comes in. Like, I would draw this with the hair and stuff, but I want you guys just to focus on, and then to make this even more emphasized, it's mainly how the shoulders are like this. This. And then okay. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to leave her head. Remember, I'm going to leave her head bald for a reason. We'll come back to that later, but I don't want to focus on the whole overall design of like the head and all that stuff. That's not important. I mean, the hair and stuff, that's not important. We're focusing on facial expressions. We're focusing on the idea of expression. So I think we hit the mark on this one pretty well. Not perfectly, but pretty well. You can always refine these after the cleaner sketch. Always know one thing when you're doing something: do the sketch, especially if you're a beginner or a novice, or even if you're advanced, still try to keep it in this pattern. Sketch, clean, sketch, cleaner sketch, clean sketch, oh my god. And then move on to a cleaner sketch. So like you make the drawing, you trace the drawing again, because this reinforces two things. One, this is the dirty version of it, and then next when you redraw it, retrace it, it should be cleaner. It won't be all these squiggly lines and everything. And then when you do that part, you do it again. Think of it as like a pre-line art. So you're making this even more cleaner, so the lines are going to be even more thinner than it's supposed to be. And then you go to the line art. So you're going to do this twice. Or you can do another sketch, even a cleaner sketch if you want to feel more conservative in that. It'll be a longer process, but it'll be guaranteed that cleaner double R sketch. double hard R. A double hard R sketch. That's what that is. Okay. Let me see. Draw. What's the name of the drawing monitor? It is XP Pen 21.5 monitor. If you want to find it, it's on my Instagram and it's there. Okay, I'm gonna look at the thing now. Well, don't give me that face. Hey, that's cute. Exfoliating army? I'm not sure how that says. I don't want to read that wrong. Okay, so let me go to Instagram and see what she has, so I can at least, so she won't be waiting. Done. 16 out of 34 panels. Oh my gosh. Liv, you're just going at it. Okay. I have so many of this shit. Okay, like these. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. So I see it. Before I get into it, let me see what she... Is this your drawings? Or this is... I don't... Is this... No, this is like the reference. Okay. So... You said it's just the attachment of the limbs, like the legs and the arms. So like... I would say like, given... Okay. Put this on the side right here. Let me just use this as a real quick... Just to be real quick on it. Quick on the draw. So what I want to do is that if you're drawing the arms, let's just say like this, right? And then... Okay. And then, remember, the balls are there to give you a sense of... And then... Okay. Okay, like this. And then the legs is like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just... Hold on. I'm starting number 17. Alright, so like mainly what this is that you say you're having a problem attaching them? I don't think so, but possibly it might, because he might actually using a computer, not a laptop. I'm using a regular computer. This is a regular computer. It's not a laptop or anything like that. I'm using a regular computer. I'm actually using this as my main monitor for my computer. This is my main monitor. It's a drawing display and a monitor at the same time. And I have to get a PC. Thank you. You can also use a laptop if you want, but I would. Does it work for Chromebook? I'm not totally sure on that one. If you want to know what it is, you can always go to my... I may have to change my products again because I don't know. I'm not getting any like they say I'm getting clicks on Amazon, but I'm not getting any revenue from it. So I don't know what's the cause of this issue. I need to contact Amazon and see where I'm going wrong with this. But to give you a sense of what I'm talking about, you go here in my... You go to Instagram, if you have Instagram, hopefully you have Instagram, but if you're on TikTok, it's pretty much the same. If you go to my Instagram, you click here where it says PROD, product reference, and when you click it, it'll give you all the products I would use or recommend for anyone who wants to find out what the products I have that you want to use to draw. Some are tablets, some of them are literally for the computer, some of them are literally you can use for your laptop. So I also put them in order based on budget. So the one I have is right here. It's this. If I'm saying artist 22, it was a 21.5. Yeah, I was saying it right. 21.5 inch graphics monitor. So like, you can check that out if you want. It'll take you straight to Amazon if you clicked on the link. All right. So, in the sense of, let's see. In the sense of, let me see, the arm, it's all about knowing the joints placements from each other, because no matter how much you see it, the arms and joints, no matter if the leg is up here and the leg's down here, they're always adjacent from each other. So that's how you know where what is. So if I were to put a leg here, let's just say a knee, right, like this. This. Like this, right? And I wanted to put the other knee down for whatever reason. I don't even need to draw the other knee. As long as I make this line right here, I know what the other knee is. always know that, like this. So that's how I'll know icing. Okay, thank you so much. No problem. So like the knee, like this, and then 1, 2, and then that's where the other knee is. Or if I anywhere, like think of horizon lines and stuff like that. So if the knee's here, knee's up here, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll always fall into that situation, and always make sure that the lines are pretty. The kneecap should be the same size, so you can always keep it pretty understandable of the sizing. Because if you make it too skinny, it's gonna look weird, and you have to adjust everything. Okay, so just always make sure to make a line from each other all the time, and be cognizant of the kneecap. Okay, so you can always have a sense of direction. So the legs, you'll never have a problem with this. So you'll always know where the knees are, depending on what you're trying to do, and try not to narrow them. Try to be as accurate as possible when you're doing the knees. Okay, that's how you know how to do this. So you make a circle and you make a line here, So and go all the way back one more time, just to be clear. You make a circle here as a kneecap, make the leg and stuff, you know. Okay, feet. Okay, and then 1, 2. If you want to put the knee there, 1, 2. Knee there, 1, 2. Put the knee there, 1, 2. So you always know what the knees are from that point. But when it comes to connecting, just look at the corners, like the crotch. So like if we was connecting this to, like, let's just say the leg was like this. Let's just say the person was crouching somehow like this. Curve this curve here will let you know that's attaching. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you would know to attach. Like it's the curve here, that's how you attach it. Depending on what you're trying to do. Okay. Can't see what you're. I noticed that because like it's the light. I think it's the. Let me see. Oops. There we go. Trying to make it easy for you guys to see this. There we go. So it's always that in most cases. That's how you know what you're drawing, because it's the curve that you need to give you a sense of something's happening. Okay, so I hope that helps, because like even the arms too, like it's I like the attaching them shouldn't be as problematic, but if you're talking about placement, there is a method I do recommend, but it's kind of hard to understand. So like for instance, if you want let's just say the head was here, yeah, I'm gonna make a head, and then like this. Like that. Okay, so like for instance, let's just say Now let's just say I want to do something with the, don't worry about the head. I know this looks kind of weird, but right now we're just focusing on what I'm trying to do here. Now imagine I was trying to want to make the hands. I wanted to draw the hands. So what I would do, I've seen people do this, and I did it before in a past reel, but it was kind of challenging even for me. So please bear with me on this. I think it was the color, but I think it looks a great color. So okay. Yeah, maybe I may have to change the thickness of the line. Can't see what you're doing. Articulate said she likes. What? Is that my fault? I think that's my fault. Oh, I can do that to myself? Oh my god, that's weird. That's so weird. I can like it myself. I never knew that. Okay, so say for instance, I put a hand here and a hand here. Now everything, for now at this point, I have to make sure everything connects to this hand. Or even if I don't, I can make a hand put it here, and I put a hand here. Right? Or let me put a hand here. Now I have to make sure and then I have to try to make sense out of this. I hate doing this part because I'm trying to take out the guesswork of trying to do this. It's a great exercise, to be honest, but like it is annoying. So like if I were to, depending on how I'm trying to do this, I could never get this part right. Oops. So like I'm trying to get this work. Oh, maybe because I have the way that I have the, okay. What I'm trying to do. Okay, so put the hands like this, and then, okay, or something like that. I'm trying to get that head arm to make sense, but even that throws me off. But it's a way, or it's a way for you to make it more dynamic. I've seen many artists use this, and they say it's a great way to learn how to just like be more dynamic with your hands. And you guys probably seen it before my reel. I think it's at 80,000 views or something now. And I made a bunch of hands around it, and then you just connect it to said arm, but you have to make sense of how far, how close the arm is. Okay. So yeah, it's a way of, it's a fun way of making things more dynamic instead of just trying to make them work. You can, like, if something doesn't work, you can always say, okay, that doesn't work, so I can go here, can I go here, can I go here, and make sense out of it, right? That's one way of doing it when connecting to the limbs and stuff like that. Like, you can always just use the typical arm thing like this, like that. But the reason why this is looking odd is because probably the way I constructed this body, but I didn't construct it correctly. I just went with my overall like quick drawing type nonsense, so that might play a little bit for why the shoulders look kind of strange. Okay. Quick draw, McGraw type drawing, if you think about it. So like, it's always a way to, like, ultimately just to connect them, you just have to be sure of like just literally just connecting it. It's not like it's totally hard. Or what you can do to make it easier on yourself, you can always use let me use an example. you can always use I'm gonna adjust everything from this point now. What you can do is that you can use, let me pull this over here. You can use okay, use I'll use a bigger brush for this situation so you guys can see it at least. Alright, I'm gonna use a green or something. Okay, so for you guys to see what I'm talking about, those of you who are here, let me zoom in for you guys over here. Okay, so like you can always just connect them by putting circles in the torso itself and at the limbs of the legs, so you know where to place them if you're having a hard time. So you can always do it this way. You can always put a circle there, and what you can do is just connect inside the circle at the edge of the circle, and then, you know what I'm saying, that's one way of doing it. So if any sense of, you know, sense like that. You know, that's one way you can do it, if that's easier. You know, if that's a easier way of reading it, then go for it. If that's easier for you, Wolf. So like I would turn this down. Like I'm gonna turn this down, like this, and I would that, and then like a weird feminist looking boy body here. I don't know what's going on. It was like in the realms of turning into a woman, but it came off more like boyish. I don't know, it was a weird thing. Like a weird femboy body or something. I'm not really sure. Okay. So like it's like that. So like you can always connect them by putting circles here. So you can at least have a understanding where you're supposed to place these hands or arms and stuff like that. So I hope that responds in that sense. Why does this keep moving away? It's starting to make me mad. It keeps, yeah, it's out of view. I keep noticing that it keeps leaning away. It's kind of annoying. Alright, so I think that I hit a hammer on that. Just let me know if I did or didn't. Wolf. If I did or didn't. I'd like to know. Let me know. Go right there. Okay, let me fix this a little bit. I feel like that face is a little bit too far off, so I'm going to see if I can fix it a little bit. It's gonna be bugging me if I don't. No, a little bit off. Okay, and then there we go. That's a little better. Alright. Now, I can't get to every facial expression, but we got more of like a concerned face, a more of annoyed face. We'll do a more surprised face now. So like, we're gonna have our surprise face, but the surprise face is going to be more towards us, or no, more on the side. So we're going to have her, we're going to use this one, but we're going to do it in a way of she being surprised. Maybe something very concerning. So I'm going to, let's see. Okay, so let's see. I think it was the color, but okay, that's cool. Thank you. Insecure base. Insecure base. Oh, I think I know what you meant by that. Okay. So I'm gonna take this away. I'm gonna probably take this away too, so I can't. You want to see? I can't see it well. Oh. So we're going to be as close as possible to this. Okay. Hello, Bebop. Okay. Pull this back up. I need a mod so I can adjust this, but I don't think that's possible. Okay, so like this. The ears here, so I'm gonna, and then we're gonna make another circle. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is make a. Now, what's different about this pose is that we're actually not looking from directly at the side of the head. We're looking at the side of the head from a back corner type angle, and I'll show you where to go with that in a second. So I'm gonna make the eyes, but this time the eyes are going to be like this. Okay. I'm gonna make her eyebrows like this. Right, and then I'm going to curve it like this. And I'm going to erase this because erasing the neck, and I think a little bit of the nose is a little overpowering, but I will fix that. We have to make sure that the neck is connecting this, and then okay. Let me fix this nose a little bit. I think it's a little bit overpowering. Okay. Correction. Unstable base. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Cookie. I appreciate it. Let me pull this back a little. Let me pull this back a little. There we go. Now, I made the mouth a little bit too... about there. I think that's a little better. And also the... that. Okay. Thank you for the love, guys. I appreciate the likes. Thank you. It does help. It does. Okay, so we put this, and then now what makes this to reinforce that we're looking from like a side back angle, because we're not looking at her from directly at the side of the head. We're looking from a side back. The shoulders comes in. This is why I said we have to draw the shoulders, and just not just the facial expression, but alongside the idea of the shoulders and the little bit of the arms if needed. But most of this is coming from the shoulders placement or so. So like this. Okay, and then okay. Okay. Actually, even more, the eyebrows are not seen this in so much. The eyebrows are seen very little. Okay, and then that. Okay, and then that. Chin is a little bit too long. Okay. And then a little bit like this, and then the placement of will give us the direction of where they're looking from. Okay, and then that. Because we're making her look surprised, that's the point of this. Plus, I don't want her chin to look like that. I want it to look more softer. The softer the chin, the more feminine it looks. Right, fix the nose. Okay. I want to learn how to draw, but having a hard time to get from sketch to clean line art. Well, the reason why are two things. How's your gestures? That's one. Is your gestures clear enough? Are they naturally looking natural and they're right of what you're trying to convey in any way? Like, say, like you're trying to make someone drink a cup. Does it look like they're convincingly drinking a cup? That's one. And then two, if you are getting good at, if you are pretty well versed in your figure drawing or your gesture drawing, what you should do is also because if you're doing gesture drawing, you should be okay with drawing the drawings with your arm, with your whole arm. That's one. Two, being loose with your wrist. And three, to get cleaner lines, you're supposed to draw the sketch. I think I have it over here. No, I don't. I thought I had it over here. Oh, I guess I didn't. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do this sketch. Sketch. Clean sketch. Cleaner sketch. Sketch. And then line art. A lot of people tend to go sketch to line art, and they usually suck at it because they don't know how to make their lines line art. Most of them mess up here because their lines are not clear enough. They're too busy trying to make the line art in a bunch of scribbles that shows inconsistency or not sureness. I use Procreate to practice. Okay, but like depending, it's mainly what function you're trying to use to convey that I am trying to do the sketch, try to do the line art and stuff like that. So like if I was you, I would do the sketch, clean up said sketch, do a cleaner sketch. So you're tracing the sketch again, but it's not line art. You're trying to make it as clean as possible. So you use one lines, like you use as thin lines as possible, and also you don't try to scratch or sketch anything. Try to be as confident in your line. So don't, like if I were to right now, let me use an example. If I were to right now turn down this opacity on this drawing, I wouldn't try to be like, no, I would pretty zoom in and be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to be. I don't care if it doesn't look perfect. The point is just be as clean as possible. Use one line, as in do the line, be confident in your line, and just keep going. Do not try to don't do that. Don't try to sketch throughout your, and don't, you can do this. You can do 1, 2, 1, 2. Like you can retrace like that. You can do that type of stuff if you want to do that. If you want to do that, that will help, because like it'll be like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm tracing and I trace over the line like that. So like 1, 2. I tried not to go inside the line itself all over again. I try to be like somewhere here. So like I start from here as a guideline to go here. So let me do it again. So like if I were to like 1, 2, 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? Like you do that, you have a more cleaner sketch. Okay, so I think I got it. But could you explain it once? Sorry, more. Okay, so when it comes to, I hope that helps. Yeah. Remember, just do that, and that'll be your clean sketch, and then do it again. But this time, don't do, because when you get to your clean sketch, when you do the sketch, do clean sketch. Do 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, and another thing that I noticed that a lot of teachers don't mention for some odd reason. Make sure that your stabilization, given the program you're on, because I don't know what program you're using, if you're doing digital, if you're doing traditional, this doesn't apply, but if you're doing digital, make sure that your stabilization is like let me see, my stabilization, what a stabilization is pretty much saying your lines are stable. It doesn't look squiggly and wiggly. Because if I put it at like, say like a 2, because it's at average 15. If I put it at like a 3, let's say I put it at 3. I'm gonna do the drawing again. Look how squiggly it looks. See how squiggly it looks? Like even, it might look a little decent because I have a little more experience of doing this. But like, I don't know if you can see it, but like, the difference between the two is that it's squiggly based on the, you see how it looks all like jagged and like, I'll make it big, like see how jagged it looks and strange and wiggly. But once I put it at 15, hold on, it's loading, sorry. Once I put it at 15, I'll do it again. It's a lot more straighter. I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's a lot more straighter in that sense. It's curved more easily. So like, let me do it again. Let me put like at a what number is this? A 0. Or if I do it like this, right? This is a 0, and this is a full 15 now. It feels a lot more stable. It feels a lot more easier to read, I guess. I don't know if you can see the difference because you're on your phone, so I don't know if it may be obscuring it, but there is a difference. So I would, if you're gonna do the line art, have a brush or a pen that is like a, I'll say a 35. So I'll put a full 35. And then this is what happens when I put a 35. Oh no. No. I see why Dad told me to change that ringtone. It gets very irritating after a time. Like that. And it looks a lot more cleaner because my stabilization is pretty high. so the chances of error is a little less. It's not because all of this falls down to is not really, the stabilization doesn't make the lines better. It just, well, it makes it better in the sense that it won't squiggle too much, but other than that, everything's all you from that point. You have to be confident in your lines. If you're not confident in your lines, it's gonna look strange. Oops. And let me use a better example. So if I were to do this, you see how there's a giant gap between my pen, the pen, like this gap, this whole, like this giant gap, like this. I don't know if you can see it when I'm moving. There's a giant gap. It's dragging with me because it's trying to calculate the movement more accurately with little to no squiggle. Okay? But because I'm at 35, but if I have a 0, it's literally behind it. It's literally behind it, almost like instantly. See that? I do it again. 1, 2. Really fast, and then it's right behind it. But if once I put it up, like say 80, I'll put it at 80%. Full 80, right? Look at that. Look at that. It's so stable to the point that it can't follow my movement because it starts wiggling like this. You see how that looks? Wow, it got dark fast. Yeah. So that's one way of looking at it. See how much the line is not even trying to fall with me because the stabilization is so important now that it's not going to. That's what it is. Please and thank you. Oh, if she's facing with her body left, how you draw her? Wait, what? Or if, wait, let me see what you said. Let me read this. Just make sure I read it right. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so no, that's why I do it. I also don't understand how angles work. Like, if a person is sitting and leaning, I don't know how you... Please, thank you. Or if she's facing with her body left, how you draw her. Okay, so I'll get to that in 2 seconds. So I hope that helps in any way. This is how I look at it. The higher the stabilization, the easier, but please be sure when you're doing movements like this. And I like to leave gaps a little bit in my drawings. It gives that extra anime feel. I will respond to you on that, Wolf. Don't worry, I got you. And remember, the point of the sketch, in the line sketch, is to eliminate these thick unnecessary lines in the lines that are supposed to be like lower from the opacity. That's the point. That's the point of all of this. That's the point of doing the sketch over again. It's to make it as thin as possible, so you can be more free in your coloring. Because the more thinner the drawing is, the more easier the lines can be, or it can be manipulated, or the colors can be. Because if the lines are too thick, it's gonna look too comic book looking, or it's gonna just look strange, or it's not gonna look done. It's gonna look really like sketchy, or really what's the word? It just doesn't look done. It just doesn't look professional. You want to be as thin as possible. But this is where the problem with having a high stabilization is, because the higher the stabilization, the harder it is to make very fast movement, because the point is not trying to be as slow as possible. Never draw the drawing slow. Draw as fast as possible, but be in control of the fastness. So you have to be in control of your fast movement. That's why I would do it in little like this. Like that, because you have a little more control with the lines, you know, like that. So I would do that. I may have to do a YouTube video on this one day. and probably will have to. Those of you who enjoy this, please follow the YouTube channel and the Instagram and stuff like that. Those of you who are enjoying this, or at least getting some type of value out of this, please let me know if you are. I would like to know if you guys are getting any value from my work, based on my teachings, and what to keep these lives free and fun and informative. Either donate or follow. I think the cheapest way is to follow on the YouTube right now. Follow the YouTube, follow the Instagram, the TikTok, all the other social medias that I have that you guys can try out and see if it's for you, because I have tutorials on YouTube already on how to do certain things, which I will be redoing some of them. I will be redoing, like, I think most of them, to be honest, because I'm more confident in my teaching now. So I might be redoing most of the videos I did as like an update version for you guys to learn something new, or at least if it's something not too new, it's a lot more faster and to the point. It's not me yammering on and talking and talking and talking. It's gonna be pretty fast, quick pace. I'm gonna try to make the videos at least 5 minutes to 10 minutes long. I think that would be a lot more easier on you guys. Not something that's 20 to 30 minutes long. I don't think that's necessary-ish. I think those are more necessary when I'm doing a stream. I don't think it's necessary for a YouTube video, because that'd be too much work. Okay, perfect. I will wait for the video. Okay, line art to be proposed. Okay, so like, if you guys enjoy this, please follow the YouTube. If you want to check them out, they're right here. You can always just go to my link tree on Instagram and or TikTok, and you click on the link, and it allows you to go to my social medias, my TikTok, my Trovo, my Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, I said TikTok twice, Patreon, and Redbubble, because as soon as we get to 1,000 on YouTube, I'll be focusing all my work, all my time on YouTube and live streaming and Patreon. That's going to be our main source of how to keep these things free and fun, but I'm focusing on the YouTube right now because I really need that to get to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000 on YouTube, everything else will be much easier for me, but then again, the Patreon will be my main source of where we can make these free and have exclusive stuff for you guys, for those who pledge and or decide to support in that financial time. But okay, she asks, how do I explain this again with the whole attachment of the body? I hope that was helpful for you, world. I hope it was. I really hope so, because I think I explained it pretty well, but you gotta tell me, because the feedback is always a good teacher for me, so I know what I said not only made sense, but it was helpful and had value. Watching you help me get out of art block. Have I helped you with that, or that's just a statement? Okay, or if just facing her. But okay, so with angles, I would refer to you. Right now, I don't think you should focus on bodies. If you're having this much trouble, I would not focus on bodies. I would focus on heads first, because our head is our main anchor for most of our stuff, other than just the placement of things are going. Okay, yes. Okay, good. I hope that I'm glad that helped you, world. You should, instead of doing, I know I always oops, I forgot to change my stabilization. There we go. So I know I've said many times of the whole, like, use a square to draw and keep things angled, which you can, but I think this is probably more work than it is needed. So what I would recommend for anyone is to combine the two, which I have never really taught doing, but I've kind of figured this out a few days ago. So I would, instead of making a circle and then making a gear inside of it and then going with the head shape and stuff, what you can do to keep things more angled is actually start with a square and then put the circle like this and then make it curve like that, right? Because angles ultimately fall under the idea of lines. Okay. Okay, like that. And then back here is like the head. Now, I literally made a robot type head, but this can still be applied to humans, monsters, whatever. Hi, KYM. So, I think, Wolf, you should focus most of your time on heads and angles for right now, in my opinion. But if you still want to just do poses, if you still want to do poses, fine. Then if that's the case, then what you should do is you make most of your poses more angular, in the sense of using a robot like sense, so you have more. So like for instance, if you had like a horizon line in the distance, you can use that as a form of reference to keep things that, like, you know what I'm saying. And then because I think the problem that you're having is that like you want to angle things, which is fine, but I think your problem is that how can I say this? Because like connecting limbs is becoming a problem for you. So I would try to figure out how to connect. Like connecting a head to a neck is so different from connecting an arm to a shoulder. So like if I had the shoulder like this, say if a shoulder was like this, I think the problem is the little things. Maybe that's also the problem. Maybe that's the real problem. It's just, make this arm like this, and then connecting the shoulder like this. I think it's this line, it's these type of lines that connects. This is the thing that literally connects it. It's not even the shoulder on top like this, because this will connect by default, but I think what your problem is that you're having trouble knowing how it should look when it's connecting, and it's connecting like this. Because if, like, say it was a female, if I was drawing a female right now and I was making her breasts and stuff, the breasts would, in most cases, let's just use Pinterest just to show you, so you know what I'm saying, it makes sense. When you're just drawing it's one thing, but if you see it, it's another thing. Okay, so it's pronounced like Kim. Okay, Kim, okay. Kim, got you. It's pronounced like Kim, okay. Alright, so let me use an example. This is you see, like here, for instance, you see how they have these drawings like this? They made them into boxes. The boxes not only gives you because remember, the boxes gives you a sense of direction, right? So if you can convert most of your soft drawings into boxes, it's much easier to have the angle look directly where you want it to be. So like if I had a box right now and I went like this, most of the direction will feel like it's coming from either this way or this way. Like, depending on where I put the real crosshair. Once I put the crosshair here, now you know for a fact, because lines tend to give us a sense of direction all the time, unlike a curved line. A curved line is kind of like this. It doesn't give you a sense of direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, a circle doesn't give you a sense of direction until something is like either in front of it, next to it, or on top of it. So like if I made a circle right now, right? There's no sense of direction. But once I put, let's just say, a cast shadow, I cast a shadow on it, there's a more direction now. Like from here. You know where the light's coming from, so the light's coming from here. You know what I'm saying? And so if So with that said, I know that everything's coming from that the direction that this giving is that the light's here, and there's a sense of direction now. Okay, that's what that ultimately what that is. So if I were to do a cash out again, I still know it's coming from it gives you a sense of direction. Okay, because because anything around, like even if I don't put a cash shadow, I'll put like literally another box next to it. Alright, and then I'll put another box. Here. There's another box. You have a sense of direction because these boxes are here, everything else behind it is kind of like meh. So it gives you a sense of direction where the boxes are based on where the circle is. I know it's kind of weird to say that, but it makes sense. Let me just wave to these nice people here. They're saying hi. I think they're waving. I think that's my fault, but it's doing that. Okay. It's pronounced Kim. Okay. So, like, since I made this in this direction, I know that now from this point on, everything will be pointing here because I put the crosshair there. Based on where it's going. Okay. So, that I think this is where the problem. You just need to learn how to use lines. Once if you practice your squares or your cylinders, I would practice cylinders and squares. Once you practice cylinders and squares, you have a better chance of keeping things angled. It's like before I taught with how do you know if you're looking down or up at something. Well, it depends on how you draw it. So like I take a circle and I make a square around this circle, and because I made a square, the way circle here and here and here and here. Okay. Just the way I drew this, because this 3 angle is very prominent in front of us, we're looking it down like this, right? And I'll even grab this. So like, because of this angle, this Y angle is here, I know that I'm looking down at it. If I were to do this again, if I were to draw a Y angle like this, from this point on, I'm looking at the bottom. See that? It's the way you draw it. So if I were like this, 1, 2, 3, no matter how exaggerated I draw it, you know you're looking from a bottom perspective. Because this 3, the way this is angled, because the way it's angled tells me that I'm looking at the bottom. Okay? So like if I try to draw this again, and this is why this is tilted the way it is, it tells me whether I'm looking at it from a certain angle. Okay? That's what it is. But like, if that doesn't help, always make sense of how do you, if you're using like a person, for instance, to know I'm looking at the bottom, at the person from an angle like this. If I know I'm looking from like a top bottom, which I am, it's because we see the back of the whole head here, right? That's how I know that we're looking from a top bottom perspective. We're not seeing the bottom of the chin. I can't see the bottom of the chin if I'm up top of the head, right? I can't see the bottom. I'm gonna say it again. I can't see the bottom of the chin. I can see the chin, but I don't see under the chin because I'm at the top of the head. It's impossible. If I grew as an ant and I put you on top of someone's head, can you see under their chin? The shadow on their chin? No. You can't see it. Right? So you know you're at the top. if that makes sense. I have a hard time scaling the side circle for the head. That's just practice then. The gear on the side of the head, that's just, if you're having that problem, that's just ultimately you need to practice that more often. And be very aware of how to draw at angles. So if you're having to draw at angle, just hold it lightly and draw. And don't draw it like this. Don't draw it like you're drawing on top of this. Like I noticed, I think what most of you guys are having trouble with, you're drawing dead angle like this. Don't do that. Draw it sideways like this. It's how you're positioning your pen. This time, this is a physical matter then. Because you can still kind of do this, but then again, it just makes it hard to not only see, but it also puts you in an uncomfortable spot. So if you're making a circle, be light and be loose. That's why you can always keep it at an angle no matter what, because I'm holding it sideways like this. So if you hold it sideways, you're more likely to keep it at an angle. It's gonna take some time of practice, but it's not gonna take that long. If anything, it should take you about like less than a week to get this. Especially if you're doing it over and over and over again. Like do circles of it like this. Or if you're doing the side of the head. That, and then now, see how we know we're at the bottom? We're at the bottom because we can see the under of the chin. Once we can see under the chin, under the nose, or where the case may be, everything from that point is easier to deal with. Okay? So that's how this because the reason why I keep going hard at this, and the reason why I'm kind of stopping most of the lesson for this, is because this will fall under the idea of you learning how to do angles with your characters with the head. So this still falls into the lesson. You just have to practice the head angling. This is embarrassing, but how do you draw an open mouth? Oh, just like one mouth, like depending on what you're trying to do with the mouth. There's several ways of drawing the mouth. Or just get reference. I would just use reference. Hold on, let me just get the reference. Like this one, for instance, it's just a curve like this. And then you know what I'm saying? It's just literally a shape. It's like a D. Think of a D. It's literally a D. Think of a D. Alright? In that sense. But a little more elongated. And then you just put 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. If you break it down that way, it'll be easier to, you know, get around it. I don't know how classics. I love your content. I don't know any classics. I love your content. Aw, thank you. Wait, what do you mean by classics? Wait, what do you mean by classics? I'm confused on that one. So the top of the gear is where the forehead should start. Yes, because if I let me put it this way, if I were to draw a circle right now, oops, didn't want to do that. Draw a circle right now, and I put the gear here. Oops, the way I'm drawing it. Depending on where I put the line, because it's not really the gear. It's like, okay, it's two things. It's the gear and the line that you make, okay? Because if I made the gear here and I made the lines like this, it's gonna look weird, but then again, it's gonna make sense because the line will indicate where everything's gonna go from this point. So it's two things. It's the line and the gear at the same time. So let me draw the gear a little more easier to see. So if I were to make the gear like this, now we have them at an angle. You know what I'm saying? See how slant I made that gear? It just makes it more obscure because and more dynamic because the slant makes all the difference. So if I were to put the slant here, like this, because like if I put the slant right here and went up with the line from this point on, I know that everything from this point is under the chin. Oh, is under the chin. Pretty much. Oh, and another thing, if to keep reinforce a little bit of the chin, when you have the gear, I forgot to mention this. When you have the gear, put the line here. All right. Oh, oop, like here, like this, and then that, and then like this. This line will reinforce of the idea of where the chin is. Like this. I've done most of these last night. Look closely at this. So like, let me turn this down for you guys in opacity, so you guys have an idea, understand what I'm trying to say. So like, I have a circle here. Oops. Like this, and then that. See how this triangle part here is there? The reason why I can put that there is because I put the circle here, right? Let me just do it normally. So I make the circle, right? Put the circle here, right? Made it my cross, made the chin, made the line, and then to reinforce the chin, you go inside the middle of the cross or the crosshair and curve down, because that will make it that more chiseled look, or not even chiseled look, but it gives you a more sense of direction of the cheek, like this. You know what I'm saying? So like it feels more like a what do you call it? What's the right word? What's the right word? Starts with P. Is it plates? It's like a plate. It's like a surface area. I forgot what it's called. I think it starts with P. Planes. It's a surface plane. It's a plane. It's a plane. It's a surface plane. Okay. So that's one way you can do that in that case. You know what I'm saying? Plane. Yes. This is so. And to answer your question, to make a mouth, you can just pretty much make a D. And then just kind of color everything in. Or make a tongue and then color everything outside the tongue. Or so. So just to answer that question in case I didn't really respond to it correctly. But also, last but not least, Wolf, if I was you, I would, if you're having trouble with this, you should learn how to use angles by you doing everything in squares after a while, and if that doesn't help, I'll recommend some videos to you. Like that. Like you can do this, oops, you could do the same thing with the gear here, and then make it into a triangle, and then bam. Okay. I hope that helps in any way. Did that help in any way, Wolf? Let me know. I don't know if it did help. If you're having a hard time. Still. Alright, sounds good. Because if it didn't help, I'll send you videos. I think the videos might give you a better explanation on this. Because I know everything I say can either be, I wouldn't say technically wrong, but if it doesn't explain well, I can always give you a video. Because sometimes even when I explain things, it may not be perfect, or it may still be confusing, or what case may be. Yeah, try the square method for now, and then if that doesn't work out, like make most of your characters into squares and stuff like that. So I think there is, like here, like see this? Everything is in a square. See how we know the bottom? We know we're at the bottom of the neck because we see the chin. We see under the chin. We see under the chin, right? We know we're looking at facing, because even though we can see the chin, we don't see directly under it. We know we can see on top, we're from a top-down perspective, because the head, we can see most of the back of the forehead, like most of the head on top. I mean top of the scalp and everything, right? Now we definitely know we're on top because we can see the back of the neck. See how that works? Because if I were to ask you where's the back of the neck, like if I were to tell you like right now in this face, can we see the back of the neck? You'll say no. So you know you're looking directly at the front, right? You can see the neck back here, but you can't see it the way back here, like the neck, like the nick of the neck, the back of it. You just can't see the nip of it. You just can't. So like you have to make it into a logical sense. If I can see directly at the nose, I can't see the back of the neck. Another panel is in the bag. I'm back. Welcome back, Joe. So that's how you know the front of the face. The front of the face. Like, if I can see, if I can see directly in front of your nose, I can't see the back of your head, right? If I can see the top of your head, I can't see the bottom of your chin. I just can't. Look how this chin looks. Just can't. Oh, there you go. I hope that helps. Alright. So we got most of this. Oh yeah, and another thing, I realized that like that. Let's see, and the chin. Fix this. Okay. Okay, and then pull this down. Oh, thank you for the likes. Oh, I'm back. How are you? How do you draw in perspective? I was just talking about this. I was just talking about this. Okay, okay, so the draw in perspective, you have to make sense of the angle you're looking at. So, for example, like, there are two things to know: the angling and the logic. Okay, so 1, 2. Like, I'm gonna just make this big and bold and make it fast. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's the way you draw it, and it tells you what angle you're looking at. So, like, for instance, to know that I'm at the top of this, there are two things that are happening. One, this side and this side are both very slant, and this one is very big. And because this is very big and slant, and because the way I drew the angles of the lines, because we can see the top of here, tells us we're at the top. Now, if we're at the bottom, we have to... We made this the whole... And I made this slant and this slant. See how that works? I made this slant and this slant. I made the side here on top, and I made the big one at bottom. So this is the big at bottom, slant here on top. And then you reinforce this, these lines here, these lines right here, tell me, because since I can't see much lines over here or here, I can see a little bit here, but not that much, but I'm mainly seeing a lot here. Tells you. I'm saying, yeah, very beautiful. And if you want, if we're talking about those angles that look really like subtle but yet hard, like let me see, like well, like kind of like this. We're not really high, but yet we're not directly on top of this. Oops, sorry. We're not directly on top of this this box. We're coming from like a down, like a angled, like down motion. Like we're just kind of like eye line ish here, but we're not top of here like this one. We're literally on top. We're literally on top of this thing. I can make this even more exaggerated. Like the more exaggerated I make it, the more on top of it. So I can do this. I can do like, okay, say like I did it again. Like I did this and this, this and this, right? And I'm going to slant it even more, like this. Like I'm gonna slant it like this. So much so I don't even slant the other side. Like I can slant it so much, almost so that we feel like we're looking down at a building. I can make this into a building. Like literally, I can just like, and then shoot or shoot, like a very cartoonish looking building. The reason why is because the lines are being congruent with each other, meaning they're hitting at a point. That's how you make perspective work. The point is hitting here. So like if I were to make a dot here, and I went like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, right? And then like this and like this. It looks like it's coming out of this thing. Or better yet, I can make it like this and then pull like this and like that. It's look like everything is coming out of this one point because not only that I'm exaggerating, but I'm slanting everything towards it. Okay, but how does that apply to bodies? It applies to bodies because, let's put it this way, if I were to draw a head and slant, I'm slanting the gear on the side of the head here for the Loomis method. I'm slanting it, and once I slant it, the gear, oops, it reinforces everything like I'm looking at the bottom. From this point, like I'm looking from the bottom of, oops, did that weird. Thank you so much. No problem. That's like, it's slanting everything. Once you slant something, depending on the placement. So if I place a circle at the bottom of this circle and I slant it, depending on where I put my line now, will indicate where the head will be looking from this point on. Okay. Oops, that looks like a weird head, so I'm gonna make a head again. Okay. Okay. See, it's more of the understanding of what makes sense, because like I know I'm looking at the side of the head. Hi Eliza, what's going on? So I'll make the circle again, and then I make another, and then boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then since I can see under the chin, I'm actually from a bottom. I'm not super bottom, but I'm like subtly at the bottom or going to the bottom. Nope. Working. So it's like that. So I hope that helps. Hi everyone. Hey, I'm trying to figure out a name for episode 3, and well, first, what is episode 3 about? Then once you know what episode 3 is about, then you can, you know, go ahead and name it off. Like for instance, if episode 3 is like a lot of like proving yourself, let's just say that episode 3 is about proving yourself about something to a bunch of people, yourself, your family, or something. Let's just say it's about that, like self-motivation and trying to prove that you can do something. I would name that episode Man of Action or Woman of Action, depending on who's the main character at the moment, or what's the episode, who's the episode about. Like think of like Teen Titans. Think of like Teen Titans. The theming of the episode, the main understanding of the episode will be the main cause of the naming of it. So like, say like Robin, for instance. I don't know what the episode was called, but like it was the episode where Robin was sent to another, I don't want to say world, but he was teleported with Speedy and Aqualad and all of them to do some it was like a video game, not a video game. He was transported to like a hero champions, like a fighting thing, and you have to fight each other, like a battle royale thing. And I think the episode, if I'm correct, called Sore Loser, because he doesn't like to lose. Oh, it's getting settled into a house, meeting other relatives of Liv's. So if that's the case, I would call that, I want to say in-laws. I think that's a little bit on the nose. You have to be, you have like, naming something, like think of naming something as like a trailer. You don't want to show too much and you don't want to show too little. You want to give a subtlety to itself. So like, I want to say in-laws. I would call it like, I want to say neighborhood. I want to say laws. I want to say laws. I would say relatives. I would say long time no see. Hey, Fluff. It's been a while. Welcome back. Welcome, Fluff. A long time. I'll say family ties or something like that. It's like family ties, or I would type in. Say we go to Google. Sometimes going to Google makes sense. When I say like relatives, okay, like relatives, or if you were to go to Kingsman. You can literally name it Kingsman. How long ago did you start designing professionally? Oh no, I'm not a professional. I am not. I'm unprofessionally a professional. I'm professional. I'm unofficially a professional. Everything you guys are seeing is not from a school. This is ultimately from what I've gathered over the years of what I've been taught. Through motivation of looking at YouTube videos and correlating all that knowledge into my own way of explaining it based on what I've learned from other teachers who, I won't say mentor me in that sense, but I have learned from on YouTube or live streams, or it gives me thank you. Could not remember my IG account. I was so sad. Oh my god. How like you could have just said your email. Could have sent it to your email and stuff. You know, could have saved you, or you know, you could use the authenticator. You should name it Next of Kin. You just could name it that episode Next of Kin or Kinsman, because it's similar relation to a member of somebody of family, one own flesh and blood, next of kin, kinsman, kinswoman, family, kin of kin, or you can keep the kin, or kith of kin. Or kindred folks, people, you know. So that's one way. By the way, they're staying with Liv's uncle, aunt, and their cousins. Holland. So I would say Kings of Kings. Easy as pie. I think that makes it much easier in that sense. Okay, why the hell? Okay, just making sure. Oops. No! Oh my god! Hold on, guys. The thing literally crashed. I hate that. Hopefully I can get all my stuff back. Hold on. I'm not too mad right now. I can probably get my shit back. Hold on. Thank you for the follows, guys. I do appreciate it. Those are you on TikTok. I was thinking home away from home. Or you can write that if you want. Remember, it doesn't always have to follow behind the central theme, but it's good to keep consistent. Hold on, I'm trying to... Okay, we got everything back, pretty much. I haven't lost anything, it just crashed. That's at least the best thing when it crashes, it can pretty much save your work. Hopefully if it saved several times, which it did, so that's at least a save of the situation. We're back where we were. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. Most of this lies behind your understanding of angling the head, most cases, and or so. And because if I still have it too high on the thing. Just angling of the head. It's doing that shit again. Hold on. I hate when it does this. Why do this? Why you do this? Okay, there we go. All's good. Okay, the thing's still on. Good. So, like, it's not as hard as most people might think. It's just that practice your head drawings and all that great stuff, and everything from that point will make sense. Okay. Actually, let me see here. I have to guess. The hairline's here. So the hair will be like here. Or so. Right? And then anything with another expression, let's say this one for instance, that expression will be like this. And then we'll get to like the ears all the way back here, so I'll put the ear here, if anything, because it's pretty much far back there, right? Or either you can put it either here, like this, right? And then this like that. And then remember, since it's a female, we want to not make this a straightforward chin, but we want it to curve itself. Okay. We want the chin to be curved because a female's face is curved, most cases. I think I'll use Kingman for later. Okay. Alright. Thank you for the badge, Zikan It's Zikhan. I'm gonna say Zikhan. Zik. Can I say Zeke? Zik. Can I say Zik? Am I saying right? I want to say it right. How long did I was thinking my home away from home, or home away from home. That's good. So this is something we need to keep in mind when drawing. Do you have any tips to draw in DBZ style and being creative with it? See, with DBZ, with Dragon Ball style, it ultimately falls under shapes because Akira Toriyama tends to draw his characters very now compared to Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was more softer, if you think about it now. Dragon Ball 1, when Goku was a kid, everything was more soft, round, and innocent, right? But now Dragon Ball Z, everything's more hard edge and like refined in that sense. Most cases, like here's an example. And I don't think you can make anything more creative with that type of style, because if like I think, and I find this really weird. A lot of people tend to I know Dragon Ball was their first, or most of them were their first anime, or most cases, or their godfather type anime to them. They always refer to Dragon Ball in art style, but they never refer to other Kiriyama's works, like Dragon Quest and Blue Dragon, Dragon Quest, what's that, Chrono Trigger. It's kind of weird to me. And for some odd reason, when it comes to Dragon Ball, the art style tends to feel, I wouldn't say stiff, but it feels like the creativity of creating characters feels so limited. But for some odd reason, when I look at Chrono Trigger, or at least look at Dragon Quest, I feel like there's a little bit more creativity there in hairstyles and character designs for some odd reason. And I think there's one for Dragon Quest. I think, not Dragon Quest, it's another one. There's another new anime that looks like something like Dragon Quest. I think it's I think it was Monster Hunter. I think, if I remember right. It's not popping in my brain, but it was something quite recent. It came out just recently. It was in Dragon Ball type style. But to give you a sense of anything, I've noticed that Akira Toriyama's style tends to be more angular, more what do you call it? Shape-wise. It's very it's very square, very hard edge, very let's see, like that. It's hardly ever round. Usually, if a character is rounded, they're usually under the innocent moniker, like a girl, a young girl, child. I guess you can use Goten and Gohan and look good. Yeah, like Goten and Trunks under that situation, I think. But when they go Gotenks, their eyes are much different. Like Goku's, I remember when Goku's eyes was different. Like, when looking back at Dragon Ball Z in the Saiyan arc, when Goku was just going to fight, or before he went to King Kai, his eyes was like this. His eyes was really rounded still. It was still pretty rounded. It was like, it was pretty rounded. Like, oh, making this weird. The eyebrows was pretty rounded and stuff like that. It was still had this innocent shape, but I think after killing his brother Raditz and coming back from King Kai's, his eyes was, actually no, his eyes didn't change till he got to Planet Namek. Or you can refer to, yeah, Jocko, you can refer to him as well. From Dragon Ball Super, if you're referring to. Yes, you can refer to him as well. But like, Goku's eyes did not change till he got to, completely changed when he got to Planet Namek. His eyes was much different. It was not as round anymore. Especially when he fought the Ginyu Force the very first time. His eyes was completely different. That was like the most subtle and most unnoticeable thing in Dragon Ball, other than him going Super Saiyan. Like, we didn't notice it till probably years later. I don't think a lot of people who started watching the series when it was playing in the early 90s or late 90s and early 2000s or mid 2000s did not notice it till like they started drawing and see such a difference. Why did his eye change? To show the maturity of the character. If you look at Dragon Ball, like I'll use an example. If I type in right now Dragon Ball Teen Goku. Come on, listen to me. Don't get wireless keyboards, they'll drive you bonkers. It is a Goku. Just spell Dragon Ball. And this is a great lesson to look at this closely. It's such a subtle change, you don't really know. See how this was Goku when he was fighting Raditz. This is exactly how he looked when he fought Raditz. Look at his eyes, much more rounder, more innocent looking. So what is this Dragon Ball OC? No, we're not doing Dragon Ball OCs. I don't do Dragon Ball OCs. I feel like, in my opinion, Dragon Ball characters, or just Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball style to me feels quite limited. Because no matter how many designs you make, you kind of just see the same type characters with different hairstyles and stuff. But that can just fall under just art style only. It's not the characters. Because, like, for instance, if you look closely at this art style, this could be a lot more dynamic, you know. Even though it is Goku, it's a different art style, right? But I feel like it's quite limited now than it was before. Because, like, you know how many times my friend has made several drawings in the past of Dragon Ball type style, and everyone says, is that Goku, is that Goku, is that Goku, is that Goku, is that Vegeta? And it gets really frustrating because everything now from this point looks like Super Saiyan, it looks like Goku, looks like Vegeta, and it gets annoying after a while. You know. So that's where I feel like it gets limited real fast. Now, this is Teen Goku, or at least more younger adult Goku in his 20s, right? I think it's like his early 20s or late, or like, yeah, early 20s. Because he had Gohan at this time. Since they figuring out the person's name, Oh god. So, like, let me type in Goku now. Look how round his eyes are, and I'm gonna go to Goku right now. Adult Goku, his eyes are a lot more even in regular form. Look at his eyes now as an adult. He's not angry or anything, his eyes are not curved anymore. You see how that looks? That's Goku's now eyes. That's what he looks like now in Super. This is the current Goku we are dealing with now. His eyes are curved, but yet there is this platform here that shows maturity. He's older now, right? More examples. See here? This is from Dragon Ball Super. His eyes, see? See this platform here, this line that goes straight through the circlishness of his eyes? See the difference? Goku had a kid at 16. I mean, then again, you know, it's difference. But, like, you see so much difference between the Goku we know now. Even the Goku from the movies, from the Broly movie, they still keep the eyes slightly, like, this platform, this eye, the eyelid, the bottom eyelid, straight. Unlike the old Goku that we used to know in Dragon Ball, the beginning of Dragon Ball, at the end of Dragon Ball and the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, his eyes are rounded. From a kid to a young teen to adult. So, like, you can see so much of a difference. This is him when he fought Piccolo at the end, and this is him when he fought Raditz. And then when he got to Namek completely, he started looking like this. That's where everything changed for him. Goku had a kid at 16. At 16. I don't know. You guys with the information on that. I don't know about anything about that, but this is an analyzing type class here. So you guys can fight amongst each other in that, but this is what this is, ultimately. So this is the Goku we know now that went to Namek and came back, and his eyes never changed after. His eyes change, like it stays like this, but when he goes Super Saiyan, it gets more angular shaped and a lot more squarish. It doesn't look like this when it's Super Saiyan. It's literally, and same thing for Vegeta. Vegeta's eyes used to look like literally like this when he first came to Earth. It looked like this. That's what his eyes used to look like when he first came to Earth. Now his eyes are literally like this. Like it's literally angled to the point of no return. Like and you can't do much with that anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it gets to that point, right? So like in his new form, the only difference is to the eye design is when Goku, I think the last type of eye design other than change the color of the eyes is the lack of eyebrows when he goes Super Saiyan 3, right? But now Vegeta's new form, he has no eyebrows now. His what's it? His ultra ego form, I think that's the refer to it. He has no eyebrows whatsoever. So it's like a mix between Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan, a different color Super Saiyan. Like right here. Wow, that lady is so fecked up right now. See, now that's what that is. This is the closest, newest eye design, is the lack of eyebrows. Which makes the intimidation factor much more prevalent. It's funny. It's sometimes funny looking because, like, you think of a caveman, but I think that was the literal point, to give that primal look that I don't like. It's so intimidating to the point there's no eyebrows. Voldemort 5, yeah, something like that. So that's the last, and probably that's as far as the oh, and eyeliner. Oh, I don't say eyeliner, but like I'm talking about, if we're talking about GT, if you care about that shit, they put more thickening around the eyes to give you a sense of even more like if you were to combine the idea of the lack of eyebrows and then put, I won't say eyeline, but like the thickening around the eyes from that point, it will be even more of an intimidation factor. Actually almost looking evil from that point. And you stop and think about it. Like this, and then... So that's pretty much what that is, you know. I'm gonna go back just to make sure I'm not off with that. Okay, it's like this. Sorry, I angled it very weirdly. Or so. So I'm saying that it's stuff like that. So like that's how you can really make them look more intimidating, if you combine all of that. And his eyes are a lot more slender now in this form. So the eyes are like this, at least, or it's like even it's more emphasized on the slenderness. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how you're looking at it. So, but I don't think you can go any more creative than that. How I think Akira Toriyama has pushed the limits of that to its breaking point. I don't think you can go any more. Like no matter how much you can change the style of the aliens that comes around, they tend to look quite similar in most cases. Like if you stop and think about it, like nearly every villain, or almost nearly every villain has the same ear shape. To Cell, to Frieza, to Majin Buu, even Fat Buu, but Fat Buu has more of a circular ear shape. Like it's literally like a circular ear. Okay. Majin Buu and Cell and Frieza all have like a walkie-talkie type ear shape. Like nearly every villain, even Hit, who's not technically a villain at all, who's just an assassin for hire, but like they all have this same. It's almost the same. I'm not familiar with Dragon Ball Quest. Is it any different, Dragon Quest? I feel like it is, because if I were to type in Dragon Quest right now, Dragon Quest. Stupid, don't get wireless keyboards, it will drive you up the wall, peoples. I feel like there's a little bit more dynamicism, is that the right word? Dynamicism when it comes to Dragon Quest. I'm surprised that a lot of Dragon Ball fans who never look at I noticed that they really don't look at Dragon Quest as much as they would at Dragon Ball. Like, it's weird to me. And I don't think that's nothing wrong with that per se, but it's kind of odd because, like, Dragon Quest is pretty much, if you look at the clothing and stuff, it looks like anything from Dragon Ball, but I think there's a little bit more going on because maybe it's just because of items, but most of the time it's not that far from Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Quest, you see a Chrono Trigger. This is from Chrono Trigger. But this is why I don't like doing Dragon Ball art, because not Dragon Ball art, but Dragon Ball. I don't mind doing Dragon Ball art, but like I don't like doing Dragon Ball OCs because it falls in this situation of, is that Goku? Is that Vegeta? Is that someone from Dragon Ball? So it overshadows everything from that point. Like if right now I don't even think a lot of kids know what Dragon Ball is. I mean, Dragon Quest is, for some odd reason. So if I were to draw this character right now, everyone's gonna ask, "Are you drawing Goku?" And I'm like, "No, I'm drawing the main character from Chrono Trigger." The Chrono Trigger, I'm not really familiar with that. You know what I'm saying? They're just familiar with what they've seen from Toonami. Like right here, this is Dragon Quest Hero Monsters Joker, right? This is a character in the game, but everyone's gonna think this is Baby from GT because of the hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? It's coming to a point where when you draw this type of art style, it overshadows by Dragon Ball. But if you really like the style, I don't think this would really matter. But nearly every design looks like Goku, Gohan, Vegeta in some form. I think the most original look so far I've seen is probably this one. Hold on. In this style. Is this one. I don't think a lot of characters have something similar. Something similar, but not completely. Kiwa something Toshi. I can read a little bit of that Japanese, but not completely. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard pill to swallow. So I think the problem is that the hairstyles tends to take over most of the cases, but for the females, I think they have a little bit more diversity in this because females' hairstyles are not usually seen so much in Dragon Ball like that compared to the few females that you come across. Because you don't know a lot of characters with ponytails all that much. You know, the only one that you probably think of is probably Launch, or you. Oh, also the other anime I forgot what it's called. It's called oh fuck, what's her name? Oh, what was that one anime with the girl with the glasses? I forgot her name. Ariel, or Arle? Ariel? I can never say her name right. Ariel? Yeah, I can't say her name right. Arle? I think it's RL. Another works from Toriyama. I think this is a comedy sketch type anime, which I believe that's what that is. But it's still under that moniker, but a lot of them, I'm pretty sure most of you Dragon Ball fans might recognize her now for that one filler with Goku. But you know, but that's how much a lot of Dragon Ball fans, I don't think, put in the work to look into that. But it is what it is. Alright, I think I have hit enough home with that as it is. I'm gonna go back to this and we're gonna finish this up. I know you guys might think today was kind of a waste on this teaching method, but it wasn't. Because most of this will stem around the idea of under the idea of understanding your head angles. If you can get your head angles right, most of this will be easy to deal with. Okay? So like especially if it's like, and this is chibi, so I'm trying to avoid the chibi part because I feel like that's not as important, but it compared to making an actual like OC reference in that sense. This, if I were to make this in her, it was like this, and then like this, and then our eyes was like here. Okay, and then our eyes was like this. I'm saying like it's easy to deal with something like this because it's a chibi and everything is pretty emphasized on its own merit. So I that's why I didn't really focus on the chibi part of it. I don't think that's important at all, in my opinion. I don't think it's all that important. Thank you for your answer. No problem. No problem. I hope it was at least. I hope it didn't sound biased. I hope it sounds fair enough because I know a lot of people are like Dragon Ball is like the #1 like reason most people got into anime in most cases. So like I can because remember I got into Dragon Ball at a very young age too, when Toonami was still around and at the time, and Saturday night blocks and you know all that stuff after its departure, and then it's I don't know if Toonami is still like, I know Toonami came back in 2000, I think 2019, 18. It was supposed to be like an April Fool's joke, but it became a real thing. Thank God. But it blew so many people's minds, a lot of 90s kids, early 2000s kids, that Tom came back and he was alive. So at the time, I don't know if Tom is alive now because I think there was a special that he died or something. I'm not totally sure. They used to do that a lot back in the day, in the early 90s. They'll have Tom go through like a little storyline thing, and then there'll be like a new host, kind of like a new iteration of what Tom is, a reincarnation. Do you draw on paper too? Yes, you get everything I teach you guys here can still be applied to it can be applied to traditional. Everything that is said is ultimately can be applied to traditional. It's not like it's only special to it's not special to like just digital art. It's only time it's special digital art is when it has to do with a literal button or like a number program or something. But if I'm just literally technically telling you how to put colors together, it can pretty much stay the same. And like drawing and stuff, everything I teach you guys is everything pretty much the same of what I would teach you if digitally. Most cases. There are some exceptions, but there are very, very, very few of them. Because if you already know how to draw on paper, this will be even more easier for you as it is. I think transitioning to digital as a traditional artist will be easier because you know how things work in the sense of a artist type mindset. You just need to get used to the program. After you know where the buttons are, everything else from that point is just a cakewalk. I love drawing too, or just fun to watch. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. I try my best. Hold on, let me... I think the music stopped. Let me... all these songs and stuff. Okay. I don't know if you guys can even hear the music. And then like this. And then you make the eyes water up like this. So we can give her a sense of tears. Now, to draw the tears, you have to make sure that the tears are not actually connecting. A lot of people do this. They tend to do this. They tend to make the ears connect like this, and it always looks so like kind of weird. Most of them kind of draw the ear of the crying or the tears like a circle, and then give a little bit of depth of outline, and then after that they leave it be. That's how you're supposed to actually draw. It gives it more of a realistic sense when you draw the tears like that. And then I'll make her cry. Make her. You know, so just like that. I'm saying, and it's just like. Okay. And then put the ear here. Everything will fall into place once you know your head angles and know how to use the luminous method. Once you know how to use the luminous method, everything is, the sky's the limit from that point if you know how to put the head, if you construct your head. What do you draw on? When do you go live? I go live at Tuesday. I don't know if you can see. Okay, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Now for Tuesday and Thursday, it is at 6 p.m. to 10. Actually, I'll make this easier for you guys. I'm gonna rewrite this. I'm gonna make it easier so you guys can see it and a lot more constructed betterly. Okay, so Tuesday and then Thursday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Oh, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and for Saturdays, Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. So EST. So that's how you guys can catch me on Saturdays. Tuesdays is Teach Me Tuesdays, Thursdays is Fan Art Thursdays, and Saturdays is OCDS. OCDS. What does that stand for? Original Character Design Saturdays. That's what that is. Original Character Design Saturdays. So I give you lessons on how to build your character in any way you can. Okay? I hope that was helpful in any way. I hope that was helpful to answer your question. Yep, the setup is the worst part. Yeah, the setup is the worst part. Thank you for the answers, hit it in. Oh, and what do you draw on? I forgot. So I draw on, I'll show you. You go to my Instagram or my TikTok, but mainly my Instagram. You click on this button right here, this little thing with the girl's face on it right here. As you can see it, I'm moving my mouse on. You click on it, and it takes you to all the products that I recommend, which I may have to change this again because for some odd reason I'm getting clicks on them, but I'm not getting any revenue for them. So it's either people are not buying it or something's wrong. I don't know. I may have to contact Amazon for this for my affiliate links or what the case may be. But this is either these are items that I use and or recommend. I use the Clip Studio Paint Pro. There's the EX version, which is the more higher version of the Pro. They're both good. Just this one focuses on more, I think, on comics, and I think the first one focuses on illustration and animation, and the other one focuses on illustration, comic books, I guess, if that makes a difference, and animation going 60 frames per second. So you're, I think, paying for those three features. And I think it is also goes straight to webtoons, I think. And these are tablets that I recommend for beginners and for advanced artists. I put them in a particular order so you guys will know cheapest to most expensive. So the first thing you'll see in the category of what do you call it, tablets will be the cheapest one in the front, and then the most expensive one at the far back till it goes to the next category. So this will be the second cheapest, this is the third cheapest, fourth cheapest, fifth cheapest. Oh, the fourth one is the most expensive out of the four. So this is the one I currently have right now, the third one. It is a XP Pen Artist Pro drawing pen, display 21.5 inch graphics monitor. So if you want to check that out, you can. Well, cool. How can I make baggy clothes or oversized clothes? That's all I wear. It's easy. To make baggy clothes look baggy, all you need to do is make sure that you're making sense to the body itself. So like if I were to say I have a character, like say I have a character and her arm, I have their arm sticking out like this. Oops, made that look weird. I have the arm and the arm was like this. Oh, I don't want to erase that. I do not want to erase that. Okay, like this. Say that's their arm and it's sticking out. It's not the perfect arm, but I'm just saying this is their arm, right? What you would do is turn this down, and then you take another, let me use another, and then you just wrap it around the body. And remember, the hoodies do not wrinkle, they fold. So you'll be more likely to make it fold. I'm saying like that. Okay. Oops, got it wrong. Like this. Make it fold. But you have to make sure that you're making sense out of gravity. Most cases. So like, if it'll fold like this, it'll be more closer to the skin. So like if it was like this, and then it was a very like thick hoodie but yet very baggy, then everything from this point will look like this. Oops. Kind of like that, kind of. How about I use reference instead, but like, it's kind of like that. I'll do it again, because I feel like it's still kind of like weird. Remember, the key of understanding how to draw clothing, you must understand what the clothing is. What I mean by this is if you're wearing like a leather outfit, if you have your character wearing like a leather outfit or something, oops. Oh, there you go. If you have your character wear like a leather outfit, it's never gonna wrinkle. It will wrinkle at the very tips of like here, like under the armpits or something, but most likely it's gonna fold and it's going to wrap around much tightly because it's leather, right? It's not baggy. Most cases leather is not baggy. It's pretty close to the skin most cases, or so. Okay, what are you drawing? No, I'm getting a demonstration of clothing, how to draw clothing. So like, and then you have to make sense of the logic of the clothing itself. Like, make sense of the idea of, so it's kind of thinking of how if, it's tight or loose, is it wrinkled? Yes, like this. Like if it's, let's put it this way, thin, most likely equals to wrinkles, right? Thick equals to folds. Okay. And if it's thick, 9 times out of 10 it is weighted. Weighted. And that means it's heavy, most cases. Heavy. Spell that weird. Heavy. Okay, weighted. Light. Think about it. If you're wearing a tin t-shirt, it's gonna wrinkle because it's thin. It has no structure other than it being thin, and it's extremely light. If you're wearing a hoodie, it's not heavy compared to a leather jacket, but it's heavy. It's more heavier than a t-shirt, right? So 9 times out of 10 it's thick and it's gonna fold. It's gonna fold most cases, right? These type of angles, or they're gonna do, or sweaters, are they gonna do lock folds? They're gonna lock in other ways, if depending how the sweater is, it can zigzag. There are zigzag lines. You guys might have heard that before, zigzagging. Lock folds, stuff like that. But after you use, I use Clip Studio Paint. I use Clip Studio Paint. So yeah, like, you have to make sense of the material, make some things of the thickness, its weight, and its material. So, for instance, if you're dealing with, I don't know, like a carpet, it's never gonna wrinkle. If anything, if you're dealing with like a carpet doesn't fold nor wrinkle. It just kind of dances. I don't know what to say about that one. Let me use something else. If you use like see the shirt, like see my shirt, it's really thin. It's really thin. It's thin. Really thin. This is thin. I can twist it and everything. It's thin. So it wrinkles a lot. And now it wrinkles, but yet it also has like these bumps. That's really important, putting bumps on them. And then oops. Oops, did that weird. What the hell? No. No. That was weird. Anyway. And I don't even think that was to me. Anyway, so let me see. Is taking pictures of folds and wrinkles and then drawing them a good way together? Yes, yes, that is. Anything of any form of reference is helpful. That's how I learned. I looked. Oh no. What the hell? That was odd. I don't know what the hell happened there. The hell? That was weird. What the hell happened there? Huh. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, all forms of reference does help anyone. So, if you're having trouble with that, just look at reference and just practice hoodies for a good while. Since if you like hoodies, do hoodies first, and then after that, do shirts. Or so. Alright. And then I'll do one more. I'll do one more. I'll do this one. Okay. Now we'll refer back to this real quick. Do this one. So we make a circle. Alright. And since our ear is here, I can see it. Okay. make the neck like this. Then I'll put the shoulder like this. Okay. Like that. Okay, there we go. What's your favorite Sesame Street character? I think I'll pick Grover. Like that. I think Grover will be the best fit. I don't hear a lot of people pick Grover. We're always picking Elmo. I don't like picking the most popular pick. I like picking the underdog. I think that's more fun. It makes more sense. Okay. Now I want to mine is the count. Okay, that was I think that was fun. Yes, the count is amazing, I think, in his own way. I never found him annoying. I always found him antagonizing though. I think he's a good antagonizer. Especially when it's not needed. But I don't think he's annoying. He likes to I think he likes to antagonize. And that antagonistic nonsense makes it funny. Like imagine always talking to him, he's always counting 1, 2, all day. Every conversation will be so irritating. Here. Okay. And then I'm gonna pull the eyes back here. I want the eyes to be a little more space. I think it's too far away. Now, what I'm gonna do, wait, is the, oops, I think I put the ear way too low. There we go, the ear is supposed to be here. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn on the opacity. I'm gonna redo this, fix it. So it looked kind of like strange, so I'm gonna fix it. Try to make this work. It's amazing, thank you. The count as Phoenix, alright. Can't be hilarious. Oh my god, oh my gosh. Objection! Oh, that was the 4th time you object. I'm like, this bitch. Oh my god, I'm like, he just won't stop. That would be really annoying now when I think about it. No, he's not annoying. He is annoying. Forget it now. I forget. I was trying to be nice, but no, he would be annoying. After a good while, this thing's acting up again. See how it's acting up? He needs to stop doing this. Okay, we're back to order. Okay. that, and then we're gonna put the nose like that. Okay, I like that his name correlates with that, what he does. There goes count, and he's counting. Exactly. That would be upsetting. Okay, how do you draw someone holding... ENG? What? Energy like Naruto with the Rasengan. Well, depending on how you draw the hands, and then if you draw the hands well, the energy orb that holds the Rasengan that holds in his hand will be a lot easier to deal with, because if you just try to draw the energy ball, or the aura, whatever you want to refer to it, the Rasengan, it's not going to work because the hands are not placed properly. So I'll get to that in a second. Hold on. Let me just get this big head anime girl out of the way. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. Give me 2 seconds and I'll respond to that officially, and I will answer that question. Actually, I'm not trying to draw her body or anything, we're just trying... Okay. 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 This and like that. So if we like, oops, I'm saying like that. All right, I think that's, I got most of that. What we can do is put our hands here like we did with the other one. Wait, actually her arm goes like this. I can erase this part, and then what I can do, and also looks cute. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, thank you. I think that is still a little bit too elongated for my opinion. It's too elongated, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, so like that, I think that's a little better. Yeah, that's a little more believable in that angle. Okay. And then her hands are like this, and then like this and like this. So like, and her eyes are looking kind of weird. I want to fix that a little bit. We can do. That. Now we have, well, her ears needs to be fixed a little bit, I think. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, eyebrows are way too... There we go. That's much better. And our eye needs to be pulled back a little bit here. I think the face is a little bit too off. Okay. And then pull it over here. Okay. There we go. All right, there we go. But thank you, Soar7. Thank you, 7. I appreciate it. Okay, so we have this, and I'm gonna pull this over here. I think I perfected this better. Now we got one, and then I think that's enough. I think I did enough emotions here. Uh-oh. Those of you on Instagram, I'm gonna let you guys know you guys got 10 minutes or 9 minutes left till the stream cuts off on you, because that's what Instagram's gonna do to me. So I'm just giving you guys heads up, so I'm gonna try to make this fast as possible before you guys have to go. So I'm gonna grab this. I should have made a little bit more emotions here, but I didn't because I got so caught up in trying to teach angles of the head, which wasn't a waste. That was actually something that it was important. We did different angles and different faces, I guess you could say. So, and different emotions, like okay, sorry. They're not all consistent. It was just the idea of emotions and how they can be conveyed based on angle of head shape and all that stuff. Let me see what you guys said. Count Phoenix right, the growth and thing. How do you, okay. Which app is this? Do you still need a bit of a demonstration, Flowey? Can you draw Nazi Dragonelle from Fairy Tale? I don't have much time to do that. I gotta get off in the next 8 minutes. I'm sorry. Maybe I can on Thursday, most likely, if you're here, but I doubt that. But or so. If you are here, just follow. If you do want to see that, just follow on Thursday. Follow, and then I'll be streaming that on Thursday. So I'll put a poll up to see who wants to see what. And the poll will be on Instagram, so if you're wondering where it'll be. Sure, Thursday I'm here. Okay, I'm sure after school. Okay, and if for some weird reason you miss it, the video will be up there on YouTube and Twitch, because I stream to Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Trovo and TikTok. So we got some emotions here. It's not the best emotions that I think was here, but we got emotions nonetheless. So that's a good thing. This is more like a concerned face, not really sure. Right? Okay. Or I'm saying like this, and then we have our upset face. Right. Like this. I'm gonna leave it alone. But I think this was easier to deal with. Now, based on what I've taught you guys, everything now should make sense, because her hair, we already know what our eyes look like. I already did most of that. So you just need to do the hair and just add it. I don't know if I can do this in such a small amount of time, but hello so much. Hello, PA Luma. Hey, Cloudy Draw's in here. Hey man, what tablet do you use, Wacom or something else? I use XP Pen. If you want to find it, you can go to my Instagram and it'll tell you directly. The one I use directly that you're talking about is this one. It is a XP Pen Artist 22 Pro, drawing pen, display 21.5-inch graphics monitor. So it's a monitor, also a drawing tablet, blah blah blah. You know. So if you want to check that out, you can. That's what I use. Currently, I've been using it for years now. It does not give me any trouble at all, so I have no complaints for it. It does its job. It all great stuff. So yeah. So I'm gonna add her hair. I'm gonna try my best to do that. So we're gonna. Her hair is like in front, so if I remember right, the hairline will be here. So based on what I remember. Okay, and then our hair will be going down here. Like that. And then her hair will be here. And then it'll be back here. And then, oh, oops, it's doing that thing again. I hate when it keeps doing it. It's been doing that more often. I think it's the nib. I gotta change the nib. Yeah, I still want a demonstration. Do you have any tutorials on Soul? Yes. If you go to my Instagram or my TikTok, which you are on, you click on my link tree, and it'll take you to all of my links. Here, it'll take you straight to YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Instagram, Trovo, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, the works, and Odyssey, if you guys are familiar with that. But over there, you can find my tutorials there. My tutorials on YouTube, mainly. And if you like what you see or you want to learn from me, please follow the YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're at 881. Last I checked, I think. If you guys really enjoy what you see, please follow the YouTube. The faster you guys follow the YouTube to 1,000, the more likely I can make all the tutorials possible, and then you guys can get them. And also, to keep these free, you can also donate and or